All right, guys, The Last of Us, episode 5 of season 1 is out. If you haven't seen it yet on HBO Max or HBO, come back to this later because we're going to talk all about spoilers. You guys, this episode, I knew it was going to be an emotional roller coaster. After the ending of episode 4, we saw Sam, and if you've played the video games, you know where Sam and Henry's story goes. So I was excited going into it, but also like, oh, I'm gonna cry, aren't I? And of course I cried. Listen, this is heavy. This is an intense episode. But what I loved about it is so much that we saw that really was just ripped right from The Last of Us video games. Not only do we get that community in in the underground, the tunnel, we get to see, oh my gosh, we get to see Ellie and Sam play soccer together. We get to see Ellie and Sam reading comics together, which, if you played the games, you collect the comics. We do literally have them play soccer underground in these abandoned tunnels in the game as well. So that was fantastic to see. Of course, the episode starts off with the gun pointed at Ellie from Sam, and then we see that Henry has a gun pointed at Joel. We know they're empty from the previous episode, but of course, Joel and Ellie don't know that. They eat together, they talk, they kind of figure out, we can help each other out. And then, after they make it through the tunnels, they get to a scene that is legit, again, ripped out of the video game. You have someone shooting at the 4 of them coming up a hill. Joel leaves the 3 of them behind a car. As he goes up, he finds an old man with a sniper rifle who he says, hey, give me your sniper rifle. He's like, no. So Joel has to kill him. Unfortunately, Joel doesn't want to. And then Joel is looking out a window, shooting as Kathleen and the gang come at Henry, Ellie, and Sam. This is literally in the game. You have to look out the window. You have to shoot people that are coming to attack them. You have to shoot the cars to make them blow up, the trucks, whatever. It's insane. It was so awesome to watch this played out on screen in live action form in this series. This is one of my favorite scenes so far of the entire season, because it just was like, this is like exactly in the comics. This and the driving in the comics, in the video game, this and the driving scene are 2 of my absolute favorites from episode 1. Now, of course, we have them having to fight, but here's the thing. Henry is about to give himself up for Sam and Ellie, right, to protect them. He stands up to Kathleen, who's about to shoot him, and then a truck falls into the hole in the ground. Now, earlier, Henry said underground was infested with infected, not the tunnels, but the underground. So there's a massive hole, all these clickers and infected and a bloater, like everyone crawls up. It's insane. They're massive. It's a big, massive, all-out fight. It looks amazing. I even saw it without final VFX, and I was like, this looks incredible. I cannot wait to see the finished product. It's phenomenal. It's so exciting to watch people and infected fight, especially those who have played the game. I was like, this is legit, I have said it a million times, but it's ripped from the video game. It's insane. It's crazy. Now, Sam and Henry and Ellie are about to get away, and then Kathleen comes up and she's all like, blah, 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 I'm going to kill you. But then a clicker jumps on her and kills her. So it's like, ha, bye, see ya. Now, Kathleen was a great addition. I did enjoy her character. But of course, I want to see Ellie, Joel, Sam, and Henry survive. Now, listen, this is the sad part. Later on, they're all in this house, and Joel's all like, oh, you guys should come with us to Wyoming. And Henry's like, yeah, it'd be so good for Sam. And Sam and Ellie are like laughing and joking and having a great time. He tells them to go to bed. And then Ellie wakes Sam up so they can continue reading a comic together. And Sam takes his little notepad, because he's deaf, and he writes down, are you scared? Ellie says that she's always scared. And then he says, if you become a monster, is it still you inside? And reveals that he was bit, which was super sad. Ellie's kind of freaking out. She's like, my blood's medicine. She cuts herself. She puts the blood all in his bite, thinking that that's going to help. Promises him it will all be okay. And then tells him to stay awake with her. We see in the morning when she wakes up, because she did fall asleep, we see Sam on the edge of the bed looking out the window. She touches him to talk to him. Turns out, womp, womp, womp. He is infected. He is turned. he has turned and he attacks her. Henry and Joel burst in. Joel's kind of doesn't know what to do. Henry immediately shoots Sam in the head, killing him. Then is like, what did I do? And shoots himself and kills himself. So it is a murder-suicide of Sam and Henry. Basically how it plays out in the video games as well. Very, very sad. We see Ellie and Joel digging their graves. And she takes Sam's little notepad and writes, "I'm sorry," and puts it on his grave. And it's super sad. So we get one episode, basically, with Henry and Sam, although I guess we did get a little bit of Sam in the previous episode, if you can count that. But this makes sense for them to be taking these characters, just like they did with Bill and Frank, right? And just making them be, okay, you are one episode, and then we are moving along. It makes sense because this is Joel and Ellie's story, but I really, really love how this episode played out. We also learn a little bit about Henry, and why he was wanted by Kathleen. His story is, that Sam got sick. He needed medicine. Only way to do that was to turn someone into Fedra so that he could get medicine in exchange. And of course, that was Kathleen's brother, who he says was a good man. We got to do what we got to do. And so that kind of resonates with Joel as well, because Joel has said already to Ellie that he's done things that he's not proud of. He had to do what he had to do to survive. So there's that parallel between Henry and Joel. Now, my favorite thing about this episode is just how much of it is like the video game. It's insane. It's so good. They really didn't make a lot of changes here. Kathleen, again, is like a new character, but not really. We have these same people. The same things sort of happened. So we just now get to see her. But yeah, it really, really, that scene of Joel looking out the window, shooting the people to protect the three of them, I was just like brought back to the several times I died in that scene in the video game. I'm not the best, you guys. I have fun playing, but I'm not very good at video games. I just enjoy doing them. But yeah, so that's what I thought of this episode. I thought it was pretty much perfect. I absolutely loved it. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there. You can also check me out at mamasgeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.